Cause I'm a broken soul, yeah, trying to find his way. And I pray to God that I will someday.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Vulnerable Reps podcast, where we have workouts and deep conversations that are raw and vulnerable. And on today's episode, we have UFC fighter Blake Bilder, who you might know as the ninja move of the day guy, who went stupid viral, and he's an amazing, incredible person, and we're blessed to have him today. But today's gonna be a very heavy episode. We're gonna be talking about losing your loved one to suicide. And we're gonna try to figure out, how do you navigate that? How do you accept that for something so painful like that? So in today's episode, guys, I hope that you can feel seen, that you can feel heard, and that you can find practical steps how to navigate your situation.
I'm gonna be okay.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, my boy? Good to see you. Good to see you too. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Before we get this started, for maybe those who don't know who you are,
Yeah.
give me like a 1-minute bio about like who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, I'm from Minnesota, St. Paul, Minnesota. Born and raised, so I was 21. Moved to Georgia for a little bit, then moved back, and now I've been out here in California for 7.5 years. Believer in God, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It's definitely like the biggest part about my life and who I am and what I do. And then obviously like made it into the UFC and did that for a while and just been killing that, you know. But I think like to describe me and like one word a little bit about me is just like, I just try to be a good human being and spread love and light.
No, I love that, man. Yeah. So you're a fighter and you're a lover. That's what I'm getting from
Yeah, yeah, lover and a fighter, bro.
Well, hey, buddy, I'm ready for this UFC workout, buddy. So let's get it going.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Mic's good. Are we both on? Tap, tap.
Oh, good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so usually I hop on here and push this thing backwards for a little bit. Oh, it works.
It's not supposed to work?
Well, I don't know. Some treadmills are different. But
Is it supposed to be hard?
we do this for just a few minutes, just real quick.
Okay, why does yours seem like it moves easier than mine?
Just because I'm stronger and you're weak.
Yeah. You walked yourself into that one. I hope that's not true though, right? I hope like he's like, no, that was just a sticky or something.
I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you?
You gotta remember, you know, he's a pro and I'm a
Schmo.
I'm a schmo, which is actually bigger than a pro, right?
Yeah. Push it harder. There you go. On your toes to heels, toes to heels. Boom.
Oh my God, makes it even harder.
Try and get your toe under your butt and push it forward. Yeah. Like drive. There you go. Better.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. You ready?
Dude, am I ready?
Okay. We're gonna do fartleks. So you're gonna
Fartleks?
Fartlek.
Fartleks.
Yeah, it's a German conditioning drill.
Okay.
For I think it was for Olympic track athletes.
Okay. Okay, what am I going up to? Is that speed?
You're going up to 8.
8?
Yeah, 8. Some light.
Okay, it's flat right now?
Yeah. Yeah, flat for now. Some real light.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Just to get warm. So we're gonna run 2 miles like this, all right?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
We'll do a mile and a half. A mile and a half.
You trying to go easy on me?
Yeah, yeah, 2 miles.
Now I want to do 2 miles.
Okay.
Oh, you probably did that on purpose, huh?
Once it goes to a minute, then switch it up to 9 miles per hour. Get conditioned for fights. This raises your VO2.
So what is VO2? What's VO2 exactly?
VO2 is kind of like a gauge for how much air your body can take in. Then you bring it down to 8. Like I said, something super light. And so what it does is it elevates your heart rate for that minute, and then you bring it down to 8 so you can coast and catch your breath for a minute, and it mimics a fight or short burst. But yeah, this is how you get good conditioning. And it's okay if you're not talking to me because you have to focus on staying alive. I understand.
Oh my God.
Yep, you're almost there. Half a mile more. Yeah, so for the last one, I'm gonna go to 10 miles per hour and 9, but you can just stay at the 9 and the 8 if you want. Or you can join me and just try it. And even if you fail, fuck it, you know? But here we go. Oh, 7:33 per mile. It's really good, really good. And then 3 miles per hour, 15 miles, 15 incline, yeah. There you go, there we go, there we go. So when you get to 16, we're gonna go sideways your way, and we're just gonna do a minute each side. Ready, set, go.
What the fuck? I've never done
Hands
these.
up.
Oh shit.
Elbows in tight.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I should almost rip my fucking. Ow.
Yep.
Ah. Fuck. I don't think I can do that.
Yep. Just sidestepping.
No, I can't. Ah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh shit, I was gonna tear all this.
Oh. Whew. Yeah. Then just walk forwards.
Okay.
Yeah. But I do this for a minute, then back for a minute, side for a minute, and then we're done. Because this is what I do. This is like my warm up.
Oh. Oh.
It's hard. It's hard. Good job.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That was easy. That was easy.
Yeah. Pretty easy, right? It's not bad.
Looks like you peed everywhere.
Yeah, I was just working harder than you.
So I'm gonna do my best to ask you this question because I'm out of breath.
I get it.
But so when I want to start off right now is I want to kind of know, like, describe your brother to me first. How would you describe your brother?
Man, you know, Braden was a good guy. You know, just he was, you know, my whole family was white, and you know, he was mixed. You know, we had different dads. You know, and so I think.
So same mom, different dad?
Same mom, different dad, and his dad was never there. And his dad, like, was cheating on my mom, and the last time she was gonna go hang out with him, she got pregnant with Braden. And so he never had his dad in his life, and so he kind of grew up like he wasn't caught up in school. He didn't learn how to read till later on. Like he was like falling behind in like everything that he did, you know. And I was really harsh on my mom. I was like, you know, I said sorry, you know, you're a kid, you know, but I was like, yo, like, he can't read, and it's because you're not putting the energy into it. You're not helping him enough. You gotta focus on this kid, you know. And my mom was just a kid raising kids, you know. She was trying her best to do her best, being a single parent. But Braden felt that, you know, and he felt like he didn't have.
Did he ever feel like she treated you differently than him too? Like, at all? Was that ever like a thing? Like, you treat, you know, Blake different than me?
Maybe, you know, like I think I felt that way with him. I was like, oh gosh, you know, like with me and Nick, you know, he like was throwing me off dressers and like roughhousing with me and like always like beat me up, you know. So like when I would like tease him and whatnot and like just give him like older brotherly like tough love, you know, she like kept calling it bullying. I'm like, yo, quit calling it that. You're gonna make him a victim, you know. And I was just trying to toughen him up, you know. He was like soft, he was like overweight, You know, he was behind in school. You know, he wasn't like, you know, they almost held him back in school. You know, took the special needs bus. You know, so I just felt bad for him. You know, I was just trying to help him out, but you know, I was just being an older brother. You know, I didn't know. You know,
what was his like personality like? Was he like an empathetic kid? Was he like a kind? Was he a people person?
Oh yeah, super kind, sweet, heart of gold, like good guy. You know, like always kind of like bubbly and laughing. Yeah, just a good kid. Like really was just like very nice and sincere to everybody. And you know, as he got older, I think he just felt like, I don't know, he just started like maybe like isolating in his room, like kind of escaping through like video games and whatnot, you know, like getting in the chat.
So was he like a gamer, more of like a stay-at-home kid?
Big gamer. He saw me and all my friends gaming.
Okay.
You know, and he was like, he'd always kind of like sneak in and look in.
Yeah.
You know.
What was your guys' relationship like you and him?
It was like, it was kind of like non-existent. Like we were cool, you know, it's like very cordial with Braden, you know, but you know, he was 10 years younger than me, so when I was...
Oh, 10 years younger?
Yeah, 10 years younger. So when I was in 4th grade, he was born. And I love the kid, you know, like I was a little bit mad at my mom for a while because I thought it was irresponsible that she had another kid, you know, by a guy that was cheating on her. But me and Braden were cool. You know, we didn't really get like very close until like the last year. And when I was living back up in Minnesota at 23 to like 27, right? And I come down to visit, you know, he looked up to me a lot, and you know, I just like kind of like try to teach him like what I knew, you know. And
at this point, were you already fighting?
Yeah. I started fighting when I was 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, he was 3 years old when he started fighting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh no. You're 10 years older. So
yeah,
he's seven years old.
Seven. Yeah. Yep. 7. So, yeah, but he was just like a good, kind kid, little chunky, like you know, just a good kid, really nice. And then he started like getting a little bit of swag to him, like in high school. Started working out and losing some weight. Started getting his confidence, you know. And I started to try to teach him, like, yo, you know, it's not like, you know, my boxing coach said there's a Spanish saying, I don't know how it goes, but it's basically like you wear the clothes, you don't let the clothes wear you. You know, so it's what you bring to the world, like with the presence that you bring. You could be wearing like non-designer anything, but I feel like he wanted the nicer things in life. Like he knew that he was destined for more, you know, but he always had complications with like getting a job, keeping one, and like not trying to find like that fast track to riches.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So right now what I'm hearing is your younger brother is an empathetic, kind kid, sweet, gamer.
Yep.
But he also probably maybe had a dark side going on, maybe internally, maybe some insecurities, maybe negative thoughts, who knows, right? He's isolating more, kind of away, and stuff like that. You guys have a 10-year age gap, but obviously little brother wants to be like big brother. That's just kind of naturally how it is and stuff like that. So you're coming back around, you're seeing he's kind of growing up and stuff like that. Now, because phase 2, we're gonna talk about the tragedy, right? Like leading up to it. Now, before that, I don't wanna get into that yet, but was there anything was he ever like depressed, did you notice? Was he ever kind of like, did he ever say some things that maybe made you kind of like question, like, hey, are you good? Or like, what's going on?
Yeah, you know, like, when I would go back and see my family, you know, like my family is like very passive aggressive. It's like such a Minnesota thing. Like Minnesota nice just means like passive aggressive in the Wikipedia. And so they would be in the living room talking about him loud enough that he could hear it. And I remember,
the family would?
Yeah, my mom and my brother.
Yeah.
And I was and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at him, and I could still see it, and he's just gripping his controller like this, and like tears streaming down his face, and I'm like, and I walk out and I'm like, hey guys, you know, like, hey, chill out, like, you know, relax, you know, like freaking, you know, he's You're getting him all, no, my older brother, no, he needs to hear this. And my older brother was always around watching him, you know, so I could see how he felt like a father, trying to be the father he never had. And I'm like, yo, and they're like, no, he needs to da. And I go back in, and he's just gripping his controller and like tearing up and like this. And I'm like, fuck, man, you know, like, something's not right. And then a month before, we'll get to that, but a month before, you know, the last year when he got out of jail, he called me and talked to me a lot. You know, I got him to go to church. He ended up bringing his friend. They both got baptized.
Nice.
You know, so I know where he is. I know he's good. You know, he knew our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You know, however, a month before, his last month before he passed, he called me and I was on my way to a meeting and he was like, hey, what's up? I was like, hey, what's up, bro? I was like, I got like 5 minutes to talk. What's going on? And he's like, oh, I fucked up. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I messed up. I was like, what do you mean you messed up? And he's like, you know, he's like, I swallowed a bunch of pills, you know? And I'm like, well, why would you do that? And he's like, well, I just want to sleep. And I'm like, all right, you know, I get it. And I've been there too. I go one thing, I go three things, Braden. One, I love you. I go two, I go, thank you for telling me, because when I did that, when I was 14, I didn't tell anybody. I go, three, you gotta get help, dude. And he goes, well, what should I do? Should I go to the hospital? Should I call Uber? I was like, dude, call anybody. He's like, should I call my friend? I was like, yeah, call your friend. Tell him to come get you. And then he's like, I was like, dude, I'll Venmo you. I'll get you the Uber. I'll do whatever. I was like, but dude, you gotta get help, bro. He's like, I'm sleepy. I was like, do not go to sleep. I go, get a coffee. I'll buy you a coffee. Whatever, dude. I was like, I'm like, how are you feeling? He's like, I feel sleepy. I go, no, but like, do you regret it? And I was like, cause I did immediately. And I pray to God to help me get through that situation. And he's like, yeah, I regret it. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, there's much more to life. There's so much more. I was like, you gotta get help, dude. You can't go down like this. Do not go to sleep. I go, promise me that you'll hit me up and let me know if you're good. And I was on my way to my Monday night meeting. It's like 8:30. Over there it's 11:30. You know, and so I went to the meeting, broke down. Like, I was like, gosh, you know, like, what do I tell him? What can I say? He's got his mind made, you know, like he told me after the fact, you know. So I hit him up later. I was like, hey, did you get help? No, but I'm feeling better. All right, you know, like, fuck. Okay. But you're good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm just sleepy. I think I'm gonna go to bed. All right, dude. I love you. I love you too, Blake. All right, cool.
So you said he goes to sleep?
Yeah.
Right? Now, did he wake up the next day?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not, okay, so he does that, he wakes up, you find out he's still alive, you probably have a relief going on for you?
Yeah, big time. You know, I checked in with him before he went to bed, and then we talked the next day. Okay. And then also I reiterated, I'm like, bro, come on, like, what are you doing? I'm like, bro, imagine. And he's like, I know. I was like, you don't feel like that, do you now? Like, do you still feel like that? No. Cool. I'm like, okay, so let's not act irrationally on our feelings. Right. You know, don't ever make a permanent decision on a temporary thought or feeling.
That's good. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking us there right now. And again, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna hit the second part of your workout. Okay. And then we're gonna dive into that moment.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
To my legs.
Yeah. Yeah, now we're gonna burn out your chest. Yeah.
Will we just do push-ups?
You'll see.
Calm down.
Just be right here. Right there. Right? Bring your knees close to the floor. And we're gonna walk all the way forward to the end.
You do bear crawls?
Kind of. We're gonna move like this. And you try to bring your knee like an inch above and try not to lift it up just try to have it move forward.
Okay.
Yeah. And then so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that forwards, and then once we get to the end, we're gonna do 20 push-ups.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do it backwards. And then we're gonna do 20 push-ups.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
All right. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Knees down. Boom. Boom. Yeah, so this is really good for your core. Try to keep your shoulders above your hands. So almost like you're like leaning forward. Okay. Yeah. And keep your knees down low, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Boom. You're bracing your core while you're doing this.
Okay.
Yeah. And it starts to get absolutely ridiculous. But in like the best way possible, you know what I mean?
I definitely know what you mean.
Yeah. Knees low, yeah.
You're probably one of those people that's into like sadistic stuff. Hit me harder. That's all you got.
Yeah.
Joke me.
Yeah, it's kind of like in the Rocky movies, you know, he's getting beaten.
Yeah. Come on.
No, you got.
Yo, Blake.
He's like, yo, Mick, I see 3 of them. Like, hit the one in the middle. Yeah. Yeah. Shoulders above your hands.
Yeah.
Yep, leaning forward.
Oh my gosh.
And then we don't take a break ever. So just know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me when we're about to get the break part. You're like, no breaks. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so we're doing like hypertrophy training. Yeah.
Okay.
Boom, right here, right?
How many?
20 push-ups, we'll do them together. 1, 2.
Oh my gosh.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh my god.
Nope, get off your.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And now get your hands under your shoulders. Like this, yeah. And now start to go backwards. Keeping those knees low.
Oh my gosh.
This one's the best because it really hits your core.
I don't know what it's hitting.
Yeah. Yeah, backwards. Backwards sucks so good.
I'll just try my best.
Do not touch your knees to the ground. Remember, the ground is hot lava. When you set little goals, it's like, if you touch the ground, your family dies.
Oh, that's fine. I'm all, that's it.
Oh, wait.
Oh my god, totally.
Yeah, I know. Oh, get off your knees, get off your knees. Your family, remember.
Oh, trigger. It's a trigger word for me. Don't, not again.
Yeah, keep your knees low. Okay, push up.
I just want to hit you.
Do it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Honestly, that was really hard. That was really hard. I can't believe I did that. Did you do your 20?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, that was so hard.
That was really hard.
Yeah. Honestly, I was like really surprised that that was difficult. It was great though.
All right. So I'm still trying to catch my breath from those what are those called?
Oh, I forget what they're called. It's like
the symbiotes.
the symbiotics.
Symbiotic girls.
Yeah.
So still trying to catch my breath, but on a serious note, so where we ended it was you were telling about your brother, took these pills, right?
Yeah.
But the next day he calls you, he's good. You kind of share some words of wisdom with him, like, hey, like, do you still feel the same way? Nah, bro, you want to live, right? Yeah, like that's good, right? Never make a temporary decision never make a permanent decision on the temporary feeling, right, or situation. Yeah. So, but obviously that wasn't. He still, that didn't really get to a point where he didn't do it anymore. So run me through that day when you got that phone call. How did you find out about your brother actually taking his life?
Yeah, so this is really crazy. I've never really talked about this too much, bro, but
And why is that?
just cuz it's never like I'm very transparent, but I just never talked about it, but it was really eye-opening for me. And this isn't even when I decided to like get sober and stay sober, right? But the night before, my mom called me before me and my buddy went out to his like nephew's birthday party or whatever.
And at this point, your brother's living in Minnesota still?
They moved to Georgia.
Okay, so they're in Georgia, and
Yeah.
where are you at right now? California?
I'm in California.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is 3 years ago, and my mom was like, "Hey, Braden choked his baby mom while she's like pregnant with his baby," and I was like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "Yeah." I said, "Hey, there's something in the back seat." Boom, and like tried choking her. She barely got away, and he had been acting irrational and crazy, and like him and my mom were just constantly arguing, and
when you say he was acting crazy, like what was like mental health issues? Do you feel
yeah,
like?
it was just like like he would get on depression medication, and he wouldn't. Like my mom's like, "Oh my gosh, you're so much better," but he was like, "Bro, I hate it."
Yeah.
But I told him, like, "Oh, hey, if you need it, take it. Like I'm not gonna. This is just me, but if you need it and it works for you, take it." The night before, my mom calls me with that information. I was like, "Man, he's gonna hurt himself or somebody else really bad, really soon. I have a really bad feeling." And that night, I went out to that birthday party. Forget where. I think it's like Lake Elsinore. And
So you're at this party?
yeah, so I'm at this party, and like we're drinking, we're doing coke all night, and like there's like the Gucci bag coke is like this like fish scale like cartel coke that we would get, and I'm doing it all night. I think that I'm like nobody notices, but like my buddy's dad notices the whole time. Drinking, doing coke. I started doing more of that, so I don't drink as much, so I can drive home. And I drive us all back home, and me and my buddy are in his bed and doing more coke. And it's like 2-3 in the morning, and I'm doing it, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna have a heart attack." And I was like, "Something doesn't feel right." I was having a big panic attack. I was like, "Whatever you do, do not do more coke." And the bagger you pass over me, I do more. And I was like, "Okay, you cannot do any more. Like, you have to go to the hospital." I'm like, "Go to the hospital. Like, you are probably going to have a heart attack." And like honestly, I was like freaking out in my head, but I played it cool the whole time. And I was like, "No, you're good." I was like having this conversation with myself, and all the while, I just keep doing more coke, more coke, more coke, more coke. And I hadn't done this prayer in like a really long time, but I said before I went to bed that night, I was like, "God, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take." Because I thought for sure when I closed my eyes that night that I'm gone. And so I like hesitantly closed my eyes, bro. I was like, I was on the brink of a heart attack for sure. Might have had a mild one. And then I wake up and I'm like, "Oh shit." I was like, I'm still here, I think. And I look over and my mom is calling. And I go, "Oh no, my grandma." And
What time is this at?
it's like 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning.
So grandma's calling you, it's 8 in the morning.
Mom's calling.
Mom's calling you, it's 8 in the morning.
But my mom doesn't call me. So I see it, I go, "Oh no." I go, "What's going on?" I thought it was my grandma. Oh my gosh, my grandma. So I click, and my mom's like, she was like, "Blake." And I was like, "Oh gosh, it's my grandma." I was like, "Yeah, what's up? And she's like, "Are you sitting down?" I was like, "What? Yeah, I'm sitting down." She's like, "Are you sitting down?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm sitting down. What's going on? Like, what's up?" And she's like, "Braden committed suicide." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, they found a bunch of pills." And I was like, "Fuck, bro, no way." I was like, he just called me a month ago about this, but I didn't hear from him all the night before, you know. And it's like, and then honestly, I was just emotionless, you know. I was just like, cause I was coming down off a sick one. I thought for sure I was gonna die that night. I thought when I closed my eyes, I was like, this is it for me. And I wake up, and my mom calls me and tells me that Brayden committed suicide by pills. You know, he hung himself, but I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, like, why didn't he call me? Why didn't he tell me? Why didn't I call him when she told me that he was freaking out? You know, I should have checked on him. All this is running through my head. And then later on, you know, and then go out, you know, my buddy's family, my buddy was there with me. We go out to eat, having some drinks, like, not really doing any, like, blow or anything, but just, like, trying to, like, just deal with, like, what's happening. And everybody's like, hey, like, we're here for you, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, all right, like, cool, you know. And I'm like, man, you know, how selfish can I be that, like, you know, like, I just think, like, what if my mom called and my friend had to answer and tell her, like, hey, you know, Blake's not waking up. She's like, what? She calls me and my friend has to answer. Like, dude, I thought I was gone that night. You know, and it's like, man, like, my mom could have lost both of her sons the same night. You know, and both, you know, just masking the pain with what we thought would be best for us at the time. You know, and I wasn't handling it well. You know, I just won the world championship title on the East Coast. I know I'm gonna have to defend it soon. You know, my relationship with my boxing coach at the time is like, you know, because I was like checking out other people, like looking for. He's just busy. You know, he didn't have a lot of time. You know, and I'm like falling back into like a bad cycle, and I'm starting to do more. I used to just do it when people would have it, but now I'm starting to like pick it up on my own. Starting to drink like throughout the day, and then I'm getting ready for his funeral, and you know, I'm just like doing drugs like every day. Yeah, I'm not dealing with it. Drinking every chance I get, doing coke every chance that I get. If anybody put anything in front of me, I would have, hey, let's go. You know, and
let me ask you this, like, so. Again, it's crazy, right? Like the fact that you thought you were gonna die and you wake up to your brother being dead.
Yeah, I never said that prayer before.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think ever, you know?
And then for you, like, how long was it from the moment that you got that phone call? How long was it until the funeral?
It was like, I think it was like a week and a half.
Okay, and then a week and a half, even after that, you were still just partying and numbing leading up to that week?
Yeah. I was embarrassed, you know. I was embarrassed, you know, like that I was like, oh, you know, people are gonna think my family's like got fucking mental health problems. I'm like, and then I guess I have like survivor's guilt, right? Because I'm like, man, I tried so many times, or I thought of like committing suicide every single day, my whole life, you know, like. Why him and not me? You know, like, I don't get it. And then I started getting mad at God. I was like, he got baptized.
That's right. You got
like
baptized
3 months before. I go, hey, these people are gonna love you back to life. You know, he goes and gets baptized. I was like, how does somebody go and get baptized? And then this happens.
Yeah.
I go, God, where were you?
And I think that's one of those heavy situations, right? It's, you hear these stories of person gets saved, life changes.
Yeah.
Because we pray, anything is possible. You know what I mean? And then those things happen, right? You get saved, you get baptized. That's cool. And
yeah, because I got saved at the same age, at age 20.
Okay, so same age as him.
And I was always preaching Jesus Christ to him.
Yeah.
And I was gonna bring him to church a couple times, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, and that's always a hard. I think those are those hard situations of like. It's confusing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It almost takes away all the love that God gives, the spirituality. Anything's possible. Just pray. You'll see.
Yeah.
God, like just know, like God has a big purpose for. Like, watch. Just wait. All you guys are gonna see, and then it's like, okay, well, what happened? It didn't happen. What do you mean? He took his life. So where was God in it?
Yeah.
What happened? Is God even real now, right? All these things. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the last part of the workout. And then phase 3 we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about now how like navigating, and this is where you're giving people hope.
Yeah, maybe we'll go on these ones so our feet can dangle a little bit. Go from this one. Then you go from right there. Would that work?
Okay, so I'm gonna go jump on this one.
Yeah.
So
like this, and then you're right there. You can sit on that. All right, ready?
yeah, what we're doing.
All right, we're just hanging in. We're just hanging around right here. So like every 10 seconds, we're gonna do a pull-up. We're gonna see who can last the longest.
Oh my gosh, I'm already gonna fall.
Pull up. Nice. Dude, something about just hanging is so hard. But hanging a minute a day is so good for you. Pull up. This one guy said that you're supposed to be able to hang from your hands for 1 minute, for one hand for a minute. Pull up. But bro, I could barely hang from 2 hands for a minute. This is good. This is so good for your arms, for rotator cuffs and everything. Pull up. And we're gonna go to 10.
10, barely a 3.
No, that was 4.
Oh,
Wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm slipping.
You're
I'm
doing
slipping.
great.
Fuck.
Go back up. Come on. 5.
Gosh.
Yeah. 6.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is where it gets fucking hard.
It's been hard.
Come on, get back up there. Your family, remember? 8. 2 more. 9. Hanging for like a minute and a half. This is so hard. 10. All right, one more, just because. Just because. All right, one more. Just. Oh yeah. Pull-ups.
Oh gosh.
It's so rough. All body weight stuff though, you know? It's like, think about how hard that workout. Yeah, that's pretty much it, bro.
So I'm officially a UFC fighter, I feel like. Huh? Now, see, now I can walk around in public when I look at myself in the mirror and do. All right, so where we left off was your brother's gone. You're kind of going a dark path that week. You're feeling a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, because like you said, you were getting high, almost trying to like end your life thinking you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You get this phone call. You're at the funeral, you see your brother's body, you get this phone call, you got to defend your championship element. So many things are happening, right? Like there's a lot of emotions, a lot of things happening. And how long ago was that when your brother passed?
It was 3 years ago.
Okay, so 3 years ago, right? So
Yeah,
in that,
some change.
in that 3-year period, you're in recovery. How much time you got?
I got a little over 2 years.
So you got a little over 2 years. So obviously that path that you were on of drugs and alcohol, you obviously found recovery, which again, congrats. And now you have 2 years.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people in your situation can never really deal with that grief. They have, whether it's anger towards God, whether it's anger towards people because people are saying, oh, guess what? That means they're going to hell from a religious standpoint, right? People will say that.
Yeah.
So then again, and now there's more anger or confusion. How did you process that grief? How did you get out of that dark place of drugs and alcohol? How do you accept that? Because there's a lot of people right now that are still hurting that don't know how to deal with it. I was with somebody earlier today and 20 years later and they still can't deal with it. How did you find peace with it, to live with it, and to choose a better path?
Yeah, that's a really good question. There's a lot packed into that, right? But for me, I always like suffered from depression. Like I was always like had suicidal ideations. I just thought I thought everybody did. I thought like everybody constantly thought like.
Yeah, I mean, I have too, like, so I get it.
Right, and so it was just normal for me. I was just like, oh yeah, this is average day. You know, like I get it. You know, that's what me and him talked about a lot, and I just talked about like the things that I would do to help fix that. You know, and then I feel like I have to like be sad or act a certain way. I don't know how to act. You know, I think a lot of us don't.
Yeah.
You know, if you go on and you're going and being happy and
yeah, did you ever feel like weird and guilty to like have like a good moment?
Oh yeah.
After that, like
totally.
How can I be laughing with someone, or how can I be going on a date? How can I enjoy anything when this is like I shouldn't allow myself? Yeah.
Yeah, totally. You know, it's like, oh, how can he just go? Oh, he's just fine with it. And it's like, gosh, you know, it's like, okay, like, all right, am I supposed to be just like miserable the whole time? And I started doing mushrooms and psychedelics because I was like, I need to I read that it helped people overcome their depression, and for me it worked for a while. You know, but then, you know, using any mind-altering substances, you know, like every single day, you know, stopped, you know, like it stopped working. You know, can you take mushrooms every single day of your life? Like, I did for a while. You know, I did for a while, and it worked for a while. You know, and it was helpful. However, it's still at the end of the day just masking. You know, at the end of the day, I still have to deal with Braden being gone. And the thing that really helped me personally is I went to jail for a month and a half, and I've been fighting a case for a while, and went to jail for a month and a half, and there was a guy that we went to a Bible study with, and I was doing a 12-step meeting in the morning, and then I do a Bible study. There's a guy in there who knew the Bible front and back, like without even looking up the scripture, he knew it by memory. It was amazing. I go, how do you know this? And then I went to this Bible study, and this guy was asking about my buddy, and that was teaching me about the Bible, and I was like, oh yeah, he had a seizure and they moved him away, and he goes, okay, we can go about the book of Revelations, or we can go about who we are in Jesus Christ. And I go, who we are in Jesus Christ. And he's like, everybody cool with that? And everybody was cool with it. And he started talking about it, and this guy just had like this zeal, like this energy and excitement for God like I've never seen in anybody before. He'd read a verse and he goes, amen and hallelujah, this is good news. This is great news, guys. Wow. You know, and like after every verse, and I'm like, man, this guy is so awesome. I go, hey, you know, man, you know, I kind of fell away from God. You know, I've been learning more about this, and I got all day, and I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety because I know I'm gonna have a fight when I get out of here, and I might have a fight set up while I'm in here. And he's like, look, man, we all have 24 hours in a day. What are we putting our mind and our focus on? And I was like, man, I've just been focusing on like where I'm at and like how this place sucks, and like, and what was me kind of. And he's like, and he's like, yeah, he's like, you know, we have to think about how much time we got in a day and like what we're putting our energy and focus towards, and is it serving God? And I was like, yeah, dang, wow. And so he never did it, but what I felt is I felt challenged to read the entire Bible. And before I left, I go, hey man, you know, my little brother accepted Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior. You know, I encouraged him to go to church, and he did. And a few months later, he went and committed suicide. And now, some people said that when at least I heard when I was younger that he was going to go to hell for that. He goes, young man, there's nowhere in the Bible where it says that. I go, really? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, that's not true. And he goes, if he accepted Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior and he got baptized, I think we both know exactly where your brother is, and it ain't hell. He's in heaven, and he's smiling down, and he's proud of you. And then as I started healing, you know, from talking about all these things and just actually dealing with it, not taking a bunch of mushrooms or psychedelics to mask it, you know, but actually dealing with it, actually putting pen to paper, actually having tough conversations, actually being honest and real. I started to say things that I thought I would never say, and I started to come to revelations that I thought I would never have, and you know, I'm good these days. You know, I know that I know exactly where he is. I know that, you know, I can't change it, so why would I stress or worry about it? And you know, so all I try to do these days is you know, I really try to just be kind to everybody that I come into contact with. You know, because you know, if somebody's talking bad about me, you know, I know that they're probably just in a bad place. You know, and I don't ever want to be the reason why I make somebody feel really bad, and maybe something happens. You just never know what anybody's going through.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I had an idea, you know, but I didn't know that it was gonna end so tragic and abruptly like that. I thought he would reach out.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
Yeah, I think when it comes to suicide, right, it's like you said, you've had suicide ideations. I have. Maybe we've attempted in subtle ways. People don't really know.
It. I didn't tell anybody.
But it's one of those. It is a hard topic, right? When people talk about it, because you may hear someone say it, and you're like, dude, they always say that, or like, you know, and nothing happens, right? So then the data that we have is, I've said it, people have said it. They're just being, you know, overreactive. But then you have the moments like yours where like they actually did follow through, and then it now makes you like, oh crap, like you really. Now you're like, yeah, we need to check in on people. We can't control what they're going to do.
Right.
But like you said, you never know what someone's going through. So if you can be kind to everybody, sometimes one act of kindness could change the direction of someone's life. And there's a video like that, I don't know if you told me that or something, where it's like somebody's action of kindness is the reason why this person was alive. And it has like this little like two ways like life can go. Yeah. Where that person like walks past them and they show what happened. You told me that, right?
Yeah.
And so true. So what I'm hearing with your story, just for the listeners, is for you, that person just letting you know, like, it doesn't say that in the Bible at all. Yeah. For you, brought a sense of peace and acceptance, and maybe a new sense of motivation to keep on pushing. It gave you confirmation, you know, like, that's not true, homie. Yeah. Right? And then now you go and dive into the Bible, you're getting closer to God. You're learning, I have to accept it. I can't change it. I can't just use mushrooms my whole life to heal me completely. Right? I need to put in the work. Yep. You get clean and sober. You're working on resentments. You're working on things, and now you're just giving back and really being a voice. And I love what you said. Right? Is that grief is different for everybody. Yeah. Someone told me one time, the reason why you don't cry and everyone else is crying around you for these traumatic things is because God doesn't want you to cry. He wants you to be there for others. It's not your turn to cry yet. Yeah. And that was very healing for me. I was like, oh, thank you for saying that. Like, I needed to hear that because I feel bad. I'm like, everyone else is crying. Why am I not crying? Do I not care? Right? Do I not care? Like, is that why? Like, because, you know what I mean? So I love that you said that.
Really cool. It's really cool what you're doing, Fausto, and your ability to listen to people, and you know, because even with Fausto, when I met him, I told him, I was like, hey, you know, sometimes I just disappear, and it's not because I'm like I have any ill will, and a lot of people take it the wrong way. A lot of coaches have taken it the wrong way, and a lot of people have gotten really mad at me in the past, and really it was like I just felt like a lot of times I was just isolated, just like chill in my room, and I just wouldn't answer my phone, like look at calls. You know, so I get Braden. I get it. You know, it's like a drug addict going back to drugs, alcoholic going back to alcohol. You know, it's like people are like, I can't believe it. I'm like, that's the normal thing to do. The abnormal thing to do, right, is to go away from that path, from that vice, from that comfort zone. Yeah. You know, and that's what I'm trying to do every day now, and encourage other people to do the same. You know, and it's hard. It's definitely not easy, but it's definitely a narrow path for a reason. Right. You know, but from going down that narrow path, there's love and light, and with that love and light, there's an awakening that happens in that process. And I feel as though I feel like I have awakened, but I feel like it's an awakening process, journey, progress, mission that I'm on. Like it's just, like it's ever expanding. It's like maybe not entirely done until your life ends, but I feel like it's just a work in progress, is that awakening process and becoming more self-aware, so I think if anybody's struggling with mental health, there's so many times that I think even today where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, in the 8th grade I tried ending my life because I couldn't go to my buddy Dan's house. A lot of people know me as like just a happy-go-lucky guy. Like the most basic things bring me so much joy, and I really don't need any material. Really what I live for is like moments like this. Being able to just be real and honest, and not have to fake the funk, and not try to be somebody that I'm not. Where we can be honest and open and have our vulnerability be our power in life, So I think those 3 tools and hopefully anything or something that I said can make you realize that I'm no different, and I come from, a broken household that I've been able to turn things around, and with my faith and my friends and belief, I've been able to have a life that is beyond my wildest dreams. Like it's unbelievable, and finally have that peace and tranquility and serenity that I've always been yearning for my entire life, and I thought I would never have, and I finally have that. And sometimes it's fleeting, but really these days, like the more simple I keep it, the better.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love you, buddy.
Love you too much. Love you. Of course.
Whew. Oh my gosh, I'm dying inside still though. In today's episode, we learned through Blake's story how he was able to overcome, accept, and live with his brother's death with the concept that heaven is real, which brought him peace. And not only did he just accept it, but he found purpose in it by sharing his story to help out those who lost a loved one to suicide. So for those who are listening, I hope that you found some hope in your journey and found the next step for you to be able to live with what happened. And if you're suffering today, please reach out for help. And I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Vulnerable Reps podcast, and I'll see you on the next one.
I'ma be okay.